Hey guys, Collar here, bringing you an English commentary of a Proleague series played between Samson Khan and STX Seoul, and I am very excited about this because this is also a very special commentary. I have with me RainmanMP from st2gg.com, and he's an up-and-coming new commentator in the Starcraft world. And in the first game here, we have none other than Firebathero to the right here, playing for Samson Khan, a Terran player, of course, and Comm on the left, a Zerg player. And Comm is going to have a very tough job against him fighting Firebathero. Comm's only 33% statistically against Terran players, whereas Firebathero is 67% against Zerg. It's a specialty, and he's on a 5-game winning streak, and Comm's actually on a 4-game losing streak. So Firebathero may be able to just pretty much walk over his opponent here. And the first map is Othello, and let me just give you the colors. It looks like we have an orange Comm at the 12:30 position, and in purple, Firebathero at the 7 o'clock position. Rainman, why don't you tell us a little bit more about these players and how you think Firebathero will do in this game?
Alright, thanks, Color. Personally, I think Firebathero just gotta own this because his best matchup is versus Zerg, and Comm's worst matchup is versus Terran, so that's good. And also, Othello is a heavily Terran-favored map just because of all the ridges, so you can, like, drop Marines and drop tanks here just to shell your opponent. Also, Firebathero has just been on a tear lately. Ever since beating Savior, he's had so much momentum, and he has some of the best medic Marine micro in the game. I said the thing about Firebathero is he's a good player, but he rides heavily on momentum. The guy, when he's doing good, he's extremely hard to beat, and when he's like in a slump, he just plays horrendously. But I just think Firebathero is just gonna walk all over Comm, personally.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you here. I like the point you made about Firebathero running on momentum, and it seems that he's basically like devoured Savior and used Savior as his new energy source after beating Savior. He's just this season he's actually turned out to be a very successful player overall. Of course, the very funny moment last season was when he lost the final game of the Proleague between Samson Khan and Lakecap, and he broke down and cried on his keyboard. That was one of the defining moments of Firebathero history. And since then, I mean, he's actually improved, though. And all right, so it looks like Comm's actually going for a 12-tree build, a very standard build here against Firebathero. I also do think that Firebathero, one of his main strengths is that he puts a lot of pressure early on with his medic Marines. He really doesn't let the pressure ever fall, and that's how he managed to defeat Savior several times, actually, was basically very early pressure with the medic Marines, going for sunken breaks and forcing sunkens, forcing sunkens up. It looks like actually Comm's actually building his extractor before his spawning pool, so going for a build that requires a lot of gas here, and it could be lurkers here. Of course, standard mulisks are possible, but it looks like Firebathero is going to get a scout out on him here. And what kind of build do you think Firebathero will go for? A fast expand, or do you think he'll go for a rush, just out of curiosity?
I'm thinking we might take a bunker rush just because we've seen a lot of Terrans do that lately. I mean, they haven't really gone all in for it like Boxer does sometimes, but they'll fake a bunker rush to force the Zerg opponent to split their drone split their larva between making Zerglings and making drones so they can make sunken colonies. So, like, it allows the Terran to fast expand, and if they're lucky, they'll be able to kill the Zerg, but otherwise, the Zerg have to use their minerals to make Zerglings and sunken colonies, and there we go. Firebathero is going for a sunken rush here. I don't think he's fully committed to it just because he already set up a second command center, but he might be able to pull it off. I mean, it's Firebathero we're looking at.
Yeah, and it looks like Comm actually is. Looks like he's actually forced them to cancel it. So it was pretty much like you said. It was a fake bunker push here. And when Savior was faced with this, you have to remember in that game between Savior and Firebathero, Savior pulled off like 10 drones and chased Firebathero around for 30-40 seconds and lost several of his drones to Marines and just completely overreacted. And that played so much into Firebathero's hands, I have to say. And who is that? Is that like a Firebathero wannabe or something?
I'm not sure. But yeah, I remember Savior did that. But
Firebathero.
How Savior did. He killed like 5 Marines or something. It was insane.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, though, it was definitely not cost effective. I felt like at the end, Savior was way behind because he lost 4 or 5 drones and he lost all that mining time. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, looks that up. Comm, meanwhile, bringing a couple of Zerglings forward, and he's pounding away at the neutral power generator. Meanwhile, Comm's also gone for a Spire. He's going for a 2-hatchery Spire build here, so a very aggressive tech build, but one that will put him behind in terms of economy. If he fails in this early rush, he will be significantly behind because Firebathero's already gotten his expansion. He's already gotten his academy up, and we'll have to see how well he deals with this Mulus Crask. Rainman, how good of a map do you think Othello is for a Zerg player for Mulus Crask?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's wide open, so you can kind of the Marines can move around a lot. But at the same time, like even though for 10 players the regions play a key thing, just like right there, like there's a huge spot open behind Firebathero's mineral line. He's gonna have to get some turrets up there, and once Comm gets his Mulus in there, he'll be able to do a lot of damage, but there's a chance of him getting trapped just because of how the bases are.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point there. And the Spire's almost complete now for Comm. Firebathero looks like he doesn't have any turrets yet. He'll probably wait until the last minute before building the turrets. A lot of Terran players like to wait until then just to not waste any time building them and waste resources too early on, which can cost you a lot. Meanwhile, Firebathero is getting his 3rd barracks. His engineering base already upgrading, so it looks like he's going for a very standard so far, standard medic marine build, and completely unharassed, of course, so far. Looks like he's actually pushing out a little bit, just trying to push these Zerglings back and keep them in the dark. But Comm's doing a fairly good job here of dancing around with his Zerglings. Looks like he's actually going to pick off 1 marine there, and Firebathero now retreating. So it will be up to Comm's Mulus micro, and by the way, Comm does have a new expansion going up. His 3rd hatchery was placed at the expansion at the 3 o'clock, the inside 3 o'clock, and now his Mulusks are out. He probably produced only 6 or 7 though, because he only had 2 hatcheries up at the time, and he's going to have to micro them very well to deal with it, to kill enough SCVs to make it count. Looks like Firebathero getting turrets at the last minute here, and also forcing back these Zerglings at the same time, and looks like Comm not able to get in there with his Mulusks, and wow, Firebathero, I feel, has taken a decisive lead in this game so far, because this Mulus micro looks like it's going to fail.
Yeah, we've been seeing like a lot of Terran players, they've been kind of a little bit off on their turret timing. The turrets that like Flash, I've seen before, he gets them off the last minute. And Firebathero does around a Hydra's den going up here for Columns. Looks like he's going to transit to surrounding Mulus. It looks like, yeah, just Firebathero's turret placement isn't that well, but he uses his Magic Marine grouping perfectly just to stop these Mulus from doing any damage.
Yeah, and looks like Comm just unable to really do too much here with his Mulusks. I have to say, Lurkers, the move to Lurkers is pretty standard. It's a good move that some Zergers, I think basically Zerg ignores going to Lurkers at their own peril. If they don't go for their Lurkers, a good player like Firebathero will just immediately attack once he feels he has enough Medic Marines to hold off against Mulus.